I was never trained in the Bible. I was never trained in any kind of religious. So, like, I don't know what is good for human life and what is not good for human life in terms of guidance. But I find this guidance in my early training, that I have been in love, that I have been in train, and it become part of my life in the deeper stage, a lot more deeper, because it's so deep and everybody think it was so complicated, and it was so simple. Then I said, what the heck do I need to look for? I had it right here. Everything is in my fingertip. Anything I ever tried to accomplish, everything I tried to do, you know what? Few seconds, I done it. So that shortened the time of your success rate in a lot earlier stage. You buy yourself 20 years of your life. That's how I love it now. You don't see any wooden man over here. What you see just music and harmonies plays. You don't see any weapon, you don't see anything. Our first form called the little idea, our thoughts. It's all in there. The wooden man is in there. The weapon is in here. Don't need to show it. I need to use it, it's here. So what do you need to show people for? You understand that part now? But that's why I said, you can come anytime, I'm home. So I become a modern day hermit. Thank God for internet. I could see the world without going out.
What does Saam Faat translate to exactly?
The way of the heart. Saam Faat, Kun Faat is the way of the fist. Saam Faat is the way of the heart. Seal written down a seal. All this seal inside, all written in Saam Faat, the most essence part of Wing Chun system. You learn all the fists you want. One day you cannot use it. Saam Faat you use until the day you die. That's the most powerful area of the Wing Chun system. Because you go to business, it's a fight. You got married, it's a fight. You know your friends, it's a fight. Can you win in all these fights and battles? Until your enemy become your friends, until your competition in business become your partner. Positive, negative. Whatever there's positive, there's negative. Whatever there's negative, there's a positive. I remember my Sifu told me one time. I asked him, Sifu, what the heck is positive and negative? What is yin and yang? He very simply put an object down. See, you see this? I said, yes. I said, what else do you see? This. I said, no. Do you see this? The shadow. Oh, there's a shadow. I said, that shadow you could see, but you can't touch. That's the negative. Then he says, okay, is that positive important or the negative important? Then I said, well, the positive is more important because you could see and you could touch. I said, you know what? You have a positive, you have a negative, and you cannot do without one another. You take that away, that's gone. There's a place for you to make up only if you know how. Only if you see how to make it up. You don't see to make it up, that negative remains negative. You'll never turn back to positive. Understand that part, right? Every time you have a fight with your wife, right? You know how to make it up? You were fighting. It's a positive fight. Your feeling is hurt, her feeling is hurt. But how do you turn that around to make it last forever? Or how not even start a fight, and let that happiness remain forever. Don't forget that happiness and hate come hand in hand. So simple. I learned that ever since a little kid, but I did never realize how to work in the society until my later life. That's sad. That shouldn't be. All the kids should learn this, and all the kids should maintain this for the rest of their life. To maintain that happiness. When there's a sad time, bad time comes, they know how to deal with it. That's called leadership. So Wing Chun system teach us what leaders are about.
How's this? I mean, this sounds fairly similar to, I mean, just the idea of Taoism. The Wing Chun Saam Faat.
I'm glad you asked that. It's not just as simple as Taoism, but symbol of Christianity, as well as Catholic, as well as Muslim, all the same. One of the reasons I said that, don't forget who our creator is. Our creator, Mui Sitai, she is a nun, she's a Buddhist. She don't believe there's a God. She believes something is real happening, every moment is change. She believes the higher force of the invisible force. And she believed, she was trained all her life in Buddhism. And what is Buddhism? Compassion. Love people, care people, help people, concern about people. That's what she trained all her life. You think she created a Wing Chun system to beat somebody up? That's completely against her will. So she written all the idiom and hidden inside a fighting system that teach you how to become a better human being without fighting. Until somebody who discover beat Wing Chun, they are successful. My people tell me, oh, this system is so good, it's invincible, it's the best in the world. And I used to believe that. And now I truly believe the best in the world is the Wing Chun Saam Faat, that truly beats the Wing Chun's fist. You use the Wing Chun fist, you never have to use, you use the Wing Chun Saam Faat, you never have to use the Wing Chun fist.
But does someone need to go through that stage? I mean, to learn the Wing Chun Saam Faat, do they have to do the forms? Do they have to do the drills? So they need to go through that fist. They need to go through that fighting in order to understand the nature of...
If you don't get hurt, you don't get black and blue, how the heck you know what the pain is? If you don't know what the pain is, how would you know how to heal it? And if you don't know how to heal it, how do you create love? You got it from all the hate, and if you keep on fighting, all you training is hate. You never train love. You could view it, she's taking your money to survive. But actually they're there for you to give, open this heart, and learn how to love human beings, learn how to help human beings. So you give the beggar $1. Is that going to hurt you? Don't think so. Maybe you lose $1, but it will not hurt you. But that person survived. At the same time, you train your heart. I am a giver. They don't born with it. The giving heart is not born with it. It's trained. Your muscle does not grow by itself. It is trained. Have you ever seen a guy who lived for 500 pounds without training?
No.
Yeah, have you seen a guy who had a big generous heart without training? No.
I like that.
Everything is training. You think you love your wife without training? You have to love your wife the minute you get married until the next 50 years you're in training how to love.
That's what
until the day you die.
The scientists call it the laws of conditioning. Everything you do is conditioning. Everything you do is training. Wow.
Our Wing Chun system is the same way. So what is the difference between this religious and also other religions? Every religion preach and preach this compassionate. Help your neighbor. after you, with the modern communication, if you look at every religion, you look at the Buddhism, you look at Taoism, same. Different languages, different meaning, different culture. Would that make any difference in feeling? No.
It seems like if you're training people to fight all the time, you could build up a big negative. So you would have to find something else, like photography, or how Sigang did art, or how or whatever, or healing.
Thank you. Si Gong, my Si Gong, one set to Sifu. You teach people how to hit people, and you hurt people. The karma is your family member will get hurt. Your family will not be happy. That's the karma. I teach love of mankind. I think my result is excellent. There is consequences. All consequences developed by your first thought of your first siêu niệm thought. You went the wrong way, one split second, 2 miles down the road, you're way off. You make that little move. In the future, it's really bright and good. Your choice. The staff looked in one guan. It only moved this direction. 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and yet 1 foot and 2 foot apart. That ought to teach us what in the beginning gotta be right. Then you will have a result. Result is good or bad, it's all up to your judgment in the beginning of that first split second thought. So let me give you one idiom in Wing Chun Sam Faat. 拳由心發. A fist comes from the heart. You want to hit people, you must hit them with your heart first. You love to hit them before this fist has power. If you don't want to hit him, this fist has no power. I don't care you train or no train. If someone get you mad enough and make you so crazy mad, you just love to go there and hit him and use all your might to hit him. You know what? What training? But you know you can hurt the guy. Okay? Because if you really want to hit, it has to come out from the heart. If you say, oh, let's do some competition. Let's do let's do some training in fighting. You know what? You ended up getting hurt. Because you're not really stop the guy. And you're not really protecting yourself. Understand that truly. So we tell people fight. Get hurt, until people realize I don't want to get hurt anymore. See, that is the psychology she's using. So she teaches people how to fight. Get hurt. Then they realize, oh, let's not fight. But it wasn't in the beginning like that. It takes few years to develop into that. That will answer the question why people have to learn the fist before they can learn the healing.
It seems that it's kind of that 10-year point I've seen with people. 10 years of just very aggressive, hard training, a lot of hard fighting, hard fists.
One day
and then
change.
Almost like a switch.
When that day change, he's a good person. When that day comes.
But it's important you have to go through the stage in order to develop as a person.
No other way. Unless you're born naturally peace, then you don't need that training. There are people born natural peace. They never had a fight, but one day he has a fight, he's dead.
Yeah.
You cannot do one thing without another. Again, you have the very positive in the beginning, it's going to turn negative. When you have a lot of negative in the beginning, it's going to turn positive. That's the way it goes.